Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing a bit of a review on this Toaks alcohol burner / stove. Stay tuned, find out what it's all about. Okay, so we got this with our firebox stuff, and this is the Toaks. It's made by Toaks. It's all titanium, and while it looks just like a cup, it's actually an alcohol burner. What it does is burns denatured alcohol. I went out and bought some the other day, and I've got a little bit in this bottle here. And then if you look inside, I don't know if you could tell, but there's a little ring here. And in that ring, there's a bunch of holes. So basically what this does is, as you light it, it uses air or something, I'm not sure the science behind it, but basically pulls it up and these holes create kind of a burner effect. So today I figured let's put some alcohol in this, light it. We'll use our freestyle stove in the tri-torch configuration just to hold it. And then I figure we'll put a cup on it, fill it with some water, and see how long it takes to boil with this kind of setup. So to start off, we're gonna get our freestyle stove set up for the tri-torch configuration. That's pretty easy to do. If you remember my previous video, you remove panel 3. So tri-torch 3, just remember, pull out the pins between panel 3, put one pin aside, and then one pin puts them back together. And then we'll take 2 of our fire sticks and we'll put them through. How does that go? Like that. Like that. And then this sits right in top of there, just like that. And then that should be enough of an air gap here to hold our cup and boil water. So that's the stove configuration that we're going to use to light this. A little bit of science behind it. You guys are probably asking how much it weighs. So we'll do zeroed out in kilograms. The stove empty weighs 19 grams. For the imperial system, the right system, it's 5/8 of an ounce. So it weighs literally nothing. You can put this in your pack and, you know, it weighs nothing. All right, so here's the stove up close a little bit more. It's, you know, it weighs nothing at all. That's the inside a little bit closer. If you can see those kind of holes here, these are the holes that kind of wick the air up and create that burner effect. So to light it, or basically all you need is a little bottle of alcohol, and this is even way too much. Fireboxstove.com does sell small bottles that you can fill it with, but you probably get them on Amazon and stuff as well. For today, I just put a little in a bottle. So to fill that, it's literally just that. Again, this is denatured alcohol. I think you can use rubbing alcohol as well, like stuff you have in your house, but it has to be above 90% ethanol in it, I think, or alcohol, 90% alcohol, sorry. So we're just gonna fill it halfway for now. So to light it, I'm gonna grab a stick here. It's pretty easy to light. So basically, get your lighter out, dip in a little bit, dip in a little bit of alcohol, light it, and then boom. So it's gonna be kind of hard to see right now on screen, but you can see it's going, right? So during the daylight, it's harder to see the flame because it does burn very clean. But if you put your hand over that, you can feel the heat pretty good. So to extinguish it, I've just been putting a piece of wood or something, but I'm just take my cup, put it over, and you're just gonna smother the air out of it. Just like that, it's out. All right, so that's basically how the lighting instructions. It does get warm, but it's titanium. It cools off really fast. So within a minute or two, actually, it's pretty cool. So again, we're gonna use our tri-torch firebox setup, or the freestyle. We're gonna drop our cup in, and we're gonna close this up, and that's gonna give us our ability to light. I have my cup here, and it does have markings on it, so we're gonna see how long it takes to boil 300 milliliters of water with the stove. So we're gonna prep it. We're gonna fill it up 300 mils of water. And I brought the assistance tablet out back here to kind of show in real time what it's going to take. So again, we're going to light the stove. We're just going to dip a stick in, light it, and you can hear it. Put our stick out, and we're going to give that a minute, and eventually you'll start hearing it. You'll hear like a wind sound, and hard to see, but it is going. Probably should have filmed this at night. So, where's the buttons? How do you turn this contraption on? I totally know. Okay. So we've got the assistance tablet set up. We've got our timer going in the background here. Hopefully you guys can see that and it's not too much reflection. And we're gonna put our cup on, hit start, and we're gonna see how long it takes. I'll bring this closer so you can guys see it. There we go. So while we're waiting for the water to boil, watching a pot boil, it is super quiet. It burns super clean. You kind of don't even know it's going, to be honest. Starting to get steam coming off the water at 4 minutes. So with it burning longer now, I can definitely hear it still bubbling down there. It's wicking away. There is kind of a sweet smell to the alcohol as it burns. I've never burned alcohol, so I'm not sure, but it smells pretty good. It's not off-putting or anything. Still no boil. So there are, definite benefits to using that kind of rocket stove or something else, but like I said, this is super quiet in comparison to the rocket stove. That rocket stove is pretty loud. This is silent, so if you're trying to enjoy a quiet morning, you don't want to hear that stove ripping, this may be an option for you if you're not in a real hurry. So we're coming up at 9 minutes now, still haven't boiled it, but I feel like we're on the verge. And we're at exactly 11 minutes now, and I would say we're just starting to boil. All right, we're going to stop it at exactly 12 minutes. Well, just under. So we're at 11:59:76. And I would say we're at a pretty good boil there. That's not bad. So 12 minutes to boil that little bit of water. And we used, in those 12 minutes, just about all of our alcohol in the stove. So, not sure you guys can see that very well, but it's pretty much empty here. It's still burning very well, actually, but we've burned just about all of the alcohol out of our stove. So that 12 minutes was about half of that cup. So I'm gonna let this burn out completely so that there's no alcohol left in it. Let it cool. Then I'm gonna fill it up just below that ridge line, and we'll see how long it takes to cook a full pot of alcohol out. All right, so it's been about 3 minutes and everything is cool to the touch. I love titanium for that reason. So to test this next test, we're going to fill this thing completely with alcohol. Right up to just underneath that rim. All right, so we've got that completely filled. We've got our timer reset. We're going to light this again. There's the light, the audible ignition of it, and let's start our timer. All right, I'm gonna let this run. Obviously, I'm not going to film this for probably 30 minutes, so I will come back when we are just about burned out, show you where we're at. Okay, so it took just over 22 minutes to burn a full cup. So that was without anything on top of it and just open to the wind. I don't know if that makes a difference or not, if we had a pot over it, if that took longer or not, but that kind of makes sense. We were maybe a little less than, or a little bit more than halfway full when we first filled it, and that got us about 12 minutes, maybe 13 minutes, and then obviously up to the rim got us about 22 minutes, just over 22 minutes. So not bad. That's pretty good if you're cooking something. I would assume you're frying something over a pan or boiling something. So that's it for today. This is not a bad option for cooking. You do need a stove or something to keep your pot off of the burner, right? So if you just sat it on the burner, you'd snuff out the flame, right? So I use the firebox stove. I'm sure there's other stuff. I kind of wondered too if I got, I don't know, that's maybe like 1.25 inches tall or so. If I got maybe like a 2-inch piece of thin tin or something, or steel, maybe 1/8 inch thick or something, and bend it into a triangle that I could put over top of this, and that could hold our burner. That might be something cool to use as well if you don't want to take the stove with you, but I'm always gonna have this on me if I'm using this. So that's what we're gonna do. Anyway, if you like this type of content, subscribe down below, thumbs up, comment. Have you ever used an alcohol stove like this before? There is the Trangia as well. I'm not sure if that is any better than this one or not. I did see it has like boil plates and things, like a simmer plate that you can put on to like control the heat. This is just straight heat, so that might be a benefit. And it might also slow the burn time down, give you more burn time. So anyway, like I said, if you like this, subscribe, do all the things. I'll see you on the next one.